Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Tanner's Favorite Things. Today we have a double unboxing. I've been coming across a lot of deals on 12-inch guitar speakers, so I've been picking them up and adding them to my collection. Do I need more speakers? Absolutely not. Do I love more speakers? You bet your ass. Well, I kind of gave it away what's in these boxes, but let's tear in and see what we got. It's like Maxie wants to come say hello. Alright, let's save this one for last and focus on this one right here. Ooh. Not what I would recommend as far as shipping, putting paper directly on the cone of the speaker. This piping here sometimes has a little bit of stickiness. As you can see here, it looks like it's torn some of the fabric on the paper. That's not whiteness from the speaker ribbing. It's actually the paper that has torn off because of the sticky nature of that compound. So I'm sure not the end of the world. I doubt this will affect the sound of this speaker in any significant way. But when you're shipping speakers, don't put anything on the cone. Leave the cone as free as possible. So we want to take a look at what we've got here. This is an Eminence 12BR-8-30. So apparently this is Eminence's version of the V30 speaker, the Celestion V30 that is, and this is their British voice, American made in the USA speaker. The code on our dust cone reads 45127S1, no, 781, 78-1. So there's your cone code. Are there any other codes on the basket? Not that I can see immediately. But this is a very common Eminence speaker. You see this show up in a lot of cabs from the 90s. So 8 ohm, 30 watt, Eminence made in USA speaker, and it looks pretty burly. So looking forward to seeing what this sounds like. All right, box number 2. Let's take a look. Looks like we've got a little better packaging. Not the speaker that I ordered. This Pyramid 400 peak power looks like. Not exactly sure what that is, but that's not the speaker that's in this box. Oh my goodness. What we have here is the MG Pro series speaker. This is a speaker that I had a hell of a time finding any information on. I took a complete flyer on this speaker not knowing anything about it. I couldn't find anything about this company, MG Pro, or just MG. The problem is that Marshall has a series called the MG series, so our search capacity is a little bit limited by that. But there was very little information that I could find out about this company. But it's a burly magnet, and it's got 6 arms on the basket. The Celestians usually have 4. Looks like that's also the case for our Eminence speaker. We have 6 arms on the basket instead of 4 with the Celestians. So just a really sturdy looking design. And the interesting thing about this speaker is that it's dual ohm impedances, 8 and 4. You have a 8 ohm connection if you have the outer 2 terminals, and if you want a 4 ohm load, then you have the outer and the inner. So a nice little feature there that I've never actually seen on a speaker. I will be using the speaker in the 8 ohm configuration pretty much exclusively, but nice to know that that exists. Otherwise, let's see what kind of markings we've got. Whew, this is one heavy magnet. There's one sticker here, made in Taiwan, so I guess this is not a US made speaker, or maybe the basket's just made in Taiwan. But either way, it is big, it is burly. I'm hoping that this magnet can push a lot of air and get some interesting sounds. Our dust cap looks very good, no holes or tears. The action is very buoyant. This speaker has a lot of kind of garbage here, but like I said, this edging material can have a little bit of stickiness, especially in warmer climates. So you have debris and sawdust and stuff from inside your cab sometimes accumulating on the outside of these speakers. But both cones look good. You can see our dust cap is much smaller on the Eminence speaker. I'm not sure if that makes any difference, just a kind of design point. But the edging, this one does not have as much flexibility as this one, so that'll be interesting to see if that creates any more tighter response or looser response. We'll see how that translates. But what we're going to do is put these in my hand-built 2x12 cab and kind of compare them against the stock Celestion G12 T75 speakers. All right, let's take a look. Let's go ahead and get a baseline for sound using our G12T75 speakers, and then we'll go from there. So for the purposes of this demo, I'm going to go ahead and keep using this ASAT Classic that I picked up last week. This has turned out to be a really great guitar, and I finally figured out how to tame that squeal that we had in one of the previous videos, and I'll have a video on that coming up here pretty shortly. But for now, we'll use this guitar plugged into the orange Rocker 30 into this cabinet with two 12 Celestion speakers right now, soon to be replaced with the ones we just unboxed. So we'll do some cleans, some crunch, some metal zone, and compare. Very familiar cleans with the Celestion speakers. Now let's go ahead and hear the new speakers with the cleans. Okay, we've got the new speakers installed. Let's go ahead and do the clean test. But just right quick before we do, the signal chain for today, like I said, we have the ASAT Classic going into the orange Rocker 30, plugged into the 2x12 cab, which is being captured by two microphones. We have the Sennheiser E906 right on one of the speakers. We're going to switch it around here eventually, but right now it's just on the MG speaker. Then we have the AT4033 SE room condenser mic that is just about 4 feet in front of the cab, capturing the room. Very nice cleans. I think we got a little bit more bass response, especially out of the MG speaker. But both of these paired together sound really good as well. So very nice clean. I don't know if the clean channel is the best differentiator between the two, but I'd say that they're pretty comparable in the clean channel. Alright, back to the Celestions. Now let's go ahead and add some dirt using the dirty channel in the Rocker 30. I love that sound, deep and growly, perfect rhythm crunch sound. It also produces some really nice lead tones. Let's hear it a little higher in the neck. Pretty nice. Alright, let's hear something similar on the new speakers. Okay, now we're back with the new speakers once again. Let's go ahead and add the dirty channel in the orange Rocker 30 and hear our mid-fuzz. good sound. So far, so good. Let's go back to the old speakers and see a little bit more gain. Alright, let's keep going up the scale of gain. Now we want the metal zone pedal right into the rocker 30 on the clean channel, and it sounds something like this. So again, a very familiar sound, a sound that you've heard on tons and tons of albums, but let's see what this new combo can do with this sound. Alright, one last chance with the metal zone. We have the new speakers, the MG in the right and the Eminence in the left, and let's go ahead and add the metal zone. Finally getting some good sounds out of this ASAT Classic with some high gain tones. I'll have to really sit down and listen to see which one sounds louder, which one sounds better, which one sounds clearer, but I have a feeling that this new pair of speakers bumps up the decibel level just a tad. It feels just a little bit louder. I can see this MG speaker moving quite a bit, and paired with this Eminence speaker, I think this sounds really good. Alright, let's go ahead and isolate these two speakers and just hear the difference between them and see what they sound like on their own. Okay, I've added a third mic to the mix. I have the Electro Voice PL88H dynamic mic on the Eminence speaker, and then I still have the Sennheiser E906 on the MG speaker. Of course, the Audio-Technica room mic is still going as well to capture the room, so we're going to hear the difference between right speaker and left speaker. Since I've had the cabinet mic on the MG speaker this whole time, I'm going to go ahead and cut that track out and focus just on the Eminence speaker and the room mic, and that sounds a little like this. That's the Orange Rocker 30 Dirty channel. Let's hear that metal zone and maybe another pedal, and then we'll go and switch back and forth. Tracks played back, but this time I'm going to take the Eminence speaker out and leave just the MG speaker. It sounds like this. That's the Orange Rocker 30 Dirty channel. Let's hear that metal zone and maybe another pedal. switch back and forth. And just for kicks, since I've got all three mics hooked up, here's what everything sounds like. Double barrel microphones on the cab with a room mic. Sounds like this. Okay, so my final thoughts on these speakers, I think they're a great addition to my collection. If you watch this channel a lot, you'll know that I have a preference for Celestion speakers, but I love smaller boutique brands that are kind of off the radar like MG or that Vibration Technologies Twin 60 speaker that we featured not long ago. I'll always come back to Celestions because I know what I'm getting, I know how they sound, and I love the sound. But I'm always on the lookout for these quirky speakers, and hopefully you guys like these videos that showcase them. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any comments or questions about these specific speakers or the Celestion G12 T75s, let me know. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Feel free to like and subscribe if you like this content. Thanks again. Hope to see you on the next one.